Guitar players, this is the scales and rhythmic subdivisions exercise. This is an incredibly important exercise for developing rhythmic accuracy and developing the technique that will get you there. I would say that this is one of the most important exercises that I play. In fact, virtually every single time that I play the guitar, I warm up with this exercise. Sometimes I spend an hour just working through scales in these subdivisions. The ability to subdivide the beat rhythmically with your notes. So subdividing the beat from the quarter note to the eighth note to a quarter note or to an eighth note triplet to a 16th note is incredibly important. The cleaner you are at playing rhythmic subdivisions, the more professional you'll sound and the more dialed in the groove will sound. It doesn't matter the style of music you're playing at all. Accurate subdivisions of the beat are the one thing that separates the good players from the great players. The way we're going to work on this exercise is we're just going to play any scale we want to play, one octave up and down, including the ninth, like this. So all the way to the octave, and then one more note, the ninth, and then back down. We're going to do this in eighth note, or in quarter notes. Then we're going to do it in eighth notes. Then we're going to do it in eighth note triplets, which actually will need the ninth and the 10th atop. And then we'll go to 16th notes, which will again just be the octave and the ninth. So the octave plus the ninth on the quarter notes, on the eighth notes, on the 16th notes, but on the triplets, it's an octave plus a ninth and the 10th. So the exercise sounds like this. I have my metronome set at 74 beats a minute. And I'll start off with the quarter notes, then I'll go to the eighth, then to the triplets, then the 16ths, but I'm not done. After I play the 16th notes, I'm going to step it back down, play the eighth note triplets, then the eighth notes, and then the quarter notes again. All right, here we go. That's the exercise. Notice that you didn't stop in between one subdivision to the next. And that's to get you used to switching from quarters to eighths, eighths to triplets, triplets to 16th notes, and being able to do that very accurately. As you're working on this exercise, you'll find that's the biggest challenge, is cleanly switching from a triplet to, say, a 16th note, or cleanly switching from the 16th note down to the eighth, down to the eighth note triplet, down to the eighth note, down to the quarter, and not compromising the integrity of that subdivision as you go. So you go through the entire exercise without stopping, starting with the quarter notes, stepping all the way through the subdivisions, and ending with the quarter notes. One thing I want to mention is don't skip the quarter notes. A lot of people do skip the quarter notes, and because they just want to get to the more active picking. But the quarter notes are the ones that help you really zero in on the time and really build that patience of just listening to the full beat. So one thing you're trying to do is see if you can get the pick, the attack of the pick, right on the metronome click. zero in on the attack of the note matching the metronome click exactly. The notes that happen in between, the subdivided notes, will then start to fall into place and develop a real accurate subdivision. And that's going to improve your playing greatly. So I hope this little bit of information helped you out, and good luck with this exercise.